Joe Metz, Jr., Pinecrest Academy. So my family's always just really big into sports. You know, I pretty much tried everything. I was actually a great little basketball player until about 5th grade. My dad said, "Hey, you want to try out wrestling, you know, at the South Youth team?" So I said, "All right, I'll give it a whirl." And it's just been lots of fun since then, and I've grown to love it a lot. My family's the best. Like, we all get along, and the older siblings set the example. And even though we weren't really a wrestling family, you know, I was the first, the competitive spirit and the fighting spirit's always been there. And my older brothers will always come home and like attack us on our mat at home. It's like my older brother doesn't know anything, but he'll challenge me to a match. I can handle him now. I'm finally big enough. Wrestling's the hardest sport I know of, and there've been plenty of guys that didn't have the skill but made it anyway. So yeah, I think the biggest thing is challenging yourself to get better. You know, always a lot more concrete, like finding the best competition. In the past about year, I've been doing a lot more year-round things. I go to Compound North. It's a local wrestling club by Buford, and all the best wrestlers go there. So I've been training there a lot more. I've done national tournaments. Went to Virginia Beach. Recently I went to Greensboro, South Carolina for Super 32, like the most competitive tournament, and lots of summer camps as well. I went to the hardest thing of my life, a 14-day J. Robinson intensive wrestling camp in Oregon. The camp's really hard. There's a point system. It's like 200 guys there, and if you get enough points, you get a shirt that says "I did it," and if you don't get the shirt. And I mean, it's really challenging, but it's definitely helped me love wrestling a lot more. I did get the shirt, yeah. It's my favorite shirt. I always try to dominate my opponent and make him never want to wrestle me again. I always have the most fun on my feet. Getting a takedown's the best feeling ever. I love an ankle pick. It's just really smooth, satisfying, makes sense to me, or a double leg or a sweep single. And then I love cradles on top, and bottom I'm just moving. Oh, I love a switch. I have a great switch, so. But my strategy would be more like wear the guy down. A lot of times I'm in better shape, so I always go for that pin towards the end. My diet doesn't vary a ton out of season as far as the foods I eat, but I do eat a lot less, and I am very conscious of how much I'm taking in during the season. I'll try to get like a lean cuisine meal, you know, like a low-calorie thing the night before, just kind of light. But my cheat foods, I'd say, I do like Buffalo's. I like to go there and get a burger or some wings.
We talk about student athlete, you know, that's the most critical thing, is being student first and athletic second. Joe he has high expectations, extremely high goals. His goal is to be valedictorian, and I think he will obtain that. Knowing Joe where he's at right now as a junior this year, it's very realistic. As a teammate, oh my God, the guy's a phenomenal mentor. He's a great leader, a great team player, and he's really good and extremely humble, you know, and he's really, really good at trying to encompass the group, and he wants them to achieve just as much as he wants to achieve. I was very proud of Joe to make it to the state finals. Our goal was to win state, so it hurts. However, to be a realist, that young man was stronger and had a little more technique than we did. However, to offset that, this summer we've worked extremely hard with strength and conditioning, and Joe's worked on his skill set level as well to increase that library of moves that he can actually now at this high level can actually not only maintain and stay with those guys, but actually we want to beat them. So Joe's got work to do. We're well on our way to doing that, and you know, we'll find out at state this year when we get to there and see how well our game plan has worked out. But it's all good, you know. We were not ready. That gentleman was just a little bit stronger and a little more mature than we were.
One of the worst feelings ever, losing that match. I was still very proud of my season, and it's definitely been a motivator. I think about it all the time. you know, one thing I try to do is mindset, you know, strategies. So I always imagine myself winning the state finals, getting on the podium. I need to be better on my feet. You know, that's something I've been working on a lot, like chain wrestling. And there was also the factor, he was a little stronger than me. Maybe that upperclassman strength, I don't know. But I mean, I've been working on that a lot. A lot of times I just think about what my ultimate goal is, you know, my purpose, you know. And also just my parents and teammates are always a great support. And then, of course, you know, my prayer life is really big, so I always, you know, try to go to Mass every morning or pray every day to try to get that little spiritual boost. Yeah, it's hard, definitely. You get tired, you gotta motivate yourself. I'll talk to my dad if I'm feeling unmotivated, and he'll help me out and stuff. So it comes down to hard work. I'm smart, but I'm not a genius. And again, I owe that to my family, just my dad and all my siblings. There's an expectation of excellence, and I hold myself to a high standard. If you want to be the best, you got to put in extra effort. So especially when things are hard, I tell myself, you know, if anyone else is in this situation, they'd stop, you know. So if I want to be better, I just got to keep going. A lot of wrestling's about confidence. If you believe in yourself and have that heart, you know, will to win, that's the biggest component to winning a match.
Thanks for watching this week's episode of The Grind. If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, be sure to like the video and share it with your friends. Also, tune in next time when we go to Precise Central and talk to superstar basketball player Ansley Carver.